Bethany, and this is my Warner Music homework task submission. You have asked me to answer the question, how do you think the music industry will change in the next 5 years, and how can Warner Music ensure that it continues to be successful and relevant in this changing landscape? 5 years is a long time, so I'm projecting my ideas from the information currently available and illustrating their possible trajectories. I'll be making 3 main points during this video, little sub-points just so you don't fall asleep. To start with, I want to consider the future of revenue. From an article by Music Week, Universal Music Group revenue figures rose a great deal in 2016, driven by streaming incomes, and it was able to offset the decline in downloads and physical sales. As demonstrated here, streaming is taking hold, and other more old-fashioned methods need to be re-evaluated. Radio is included in this, and I believe for it to survive, it needs to adhere to modern-day consumption. It has also been considered that money is in live music, and according to recent Live Nation and Universal figures, you'd be right to think so. Live Nation saw a 12% increase in concert attendance, and Universal saw a 16.1% increase in merchandise and other sales, simply because their artists were touring more. UK music venues may be under threat, but taking into account what I just said and harnessing my next point, then I see a way out for them. If you think about the idea of us moving into an event culture, a place where people value experiences over material possessions, what can Warner Music do to meet this type of consumer's needs? Just a little food for thought. Alright, politics! Everyone's favourite topic. For the sake of time, I am simply going to be discussing Brexit. First off, there is the potential for the decline in the UK live music business. Travel and show ticket prices may be driven upwards due to new conditions in relation to the EU, making it more expensive to even get to the event in the UK. It also may drive non-UK music artists to perform in other countries where there are fewer restrictions and expenses. This of course is dependent on what happens with all the finer details of the agreement and simply because our government. Right, so my last point about this is how this decision may affect our relationship with the Commonwealth. And through conversations I've had, it all points quite positively. And I believe connectivity within the world can only lead to good things. Alright, so enough about money. Now I'll share my opinion on the future of discovering new music and artists from a business standpoint. From a recent masterclass I attended, the quote, "social media has simply given a platform to the mediocre" was mentioned, and I have to say I completely agree. When the most accessible pool of new content is full, how do you successfully separate the okays from the greats? A solution could be smarter online navigation, or a place online for people to come and submit their work that is designed for the A&R team to decide yes or no quickly. Where this may be controversial, something that could be thrown out there is the idea of a standardized test. What I mean by this is you need someone with the right mentality as well as sound. In the end, this is also a business deal. This is also a business relationship. It's comparable to the interview process. You need someone who will be aligned with your goals. And now for my final point, the future of people. Attitudes towards legal downloading are hard to change, but something I believe passionately about is education. When I was just a consumer in secondary school, the music business was an elusive, intangible thing, and not something fueled by people with bills to pay. Giving kids and people the option to decide for themselves, I think, will help. You can't make people care, but you can make them aware. Now there are also people like myself who now have access to formal education about the music business. There will be an influx of aspiring managers and booking agents and publishers who will have a more rounded view from the get-go. Hopefully this wider and more global perspective will have a great and positive impact on our music industry. To answer your original question, what Warner Music can do is simply adhere to advice. Be aware of trends and opinions, and take chances on being a pioneer of new ways of operating within this ever-changing climate to make the industry a more fruitful place for itself and also for everyone else. Again, my name's Bethany, and thank you for this opportunity.